Greetings, it is I, Foolish. Welcome to your local convenience mart. I will be the bag of marshmallows that you're pretty sure was there last year. It is time for cards for the sick, oracle cards for the chronic. I have had a blast learning the, let me try to say this, the Nahuatl language, the Aztec language. I've been having a good time with it. Mostly it's retraining your mouth to say the stuff. That's going to take a while. But if I continue to use these cards, the least I could do is, you know, learn how to say the names and stuff. Right? I mean, put some respect on that. Also, I don't think I'm going to be able to wear these rings for much longer. I somehow lost like 25 or 30 pounds when I wasn't looking. I suspect most of that was inflammation. I don't get excited about weight loss. Basically, I'm just like, hey man, if you don't like it, don't look at it. I don't care what I weigh as long as I can move it myself. Let's pick a card. It'll be fun. I did a bunch of videos yesterday, and I bring this up because there are probably chronics watching this right now, and I think you're going to understand what I'm saying. I did a bunch of videos yesterday, and I really shouldn't have because I had trouble following Busta Rhymes songs. Like Throw the Water on Him is one of my favorite, probably one of my favorite all-time songs, and I couldn't, there's no way I could ever do what Busta does. I could not, like, I've never even attempted to try to do his rhymes or anything. I definitely couldn't do it along with him. He's a singular force. But I couldn't even follow it like mentally, so I should have known better than to try to crank out a bunch of videos. Lesson learned. If I can't follow Busta, what that means is I'm probably not going to be enunciating. Like, the voice I use is not my regular speaking voice. My regular speaking voice is full of these unexplained linguistic patterns, and I sound like Boomhauer from King of the Hill, but with a ton more profanity. And if you ask any of my friends, they'll tell you that a lot of times the only things you can understand coming out of my mouth are the curse words. For here, I do, I try to speak as clearly as possible, and I want the subtitles, you know, to be accurate. So I do like my performance, sarcastic white girl at a gay birthday party voice, and that seems to have worked out pretty well. There's no way I was going to ever put out videos with my regular non-enunciating. I mean, I'd have to do so many jump cuts to try to piece together something you could even understand. I might as well be from Tangier Island. I don't understand. Like, I don't even know where I got half this stuff, but I know a lot of people. I've been a lot of places, and I just pick stuff up very easily. Anyway, it doesn't make for great videos, so I'm going to be redoing the card. I did pull a chronic card yesterday, but it didn't work out. And I wasn't going to subject any of you to that. It just got ridiculous, like not even in a good way. Regardless, we have another chance today, do we not? There's always another day. I mean, until there's not. But today we have another chance to do a card. And you'll actually be able to understand what I'm saying too. Oh man, look at that. Beautiful weather. Beautiful weather to be a skeleton running around in some fancy attire. Number 30. Man, that's so pretty. Look at that chick back there. There's two chicks back there. They're just like, She's got a flower on her head. Oh, is that the flower from the branch in her hands? Neat. Well, let's find out what she has to say to us today. Please let this be something really hard to pronounce. I want to show off my situation. There she is. Come on. The numbers aren't in another language. Hello. Oh, here we go. Ooh, I wonder who this is for. 30, realization. It is the card of the accomplishment of one's work, the realization of one's projects, but also the comprehension of the entire process we are immersed in. Something with faraway roots has passed between our hands, infused emotions into our hearts, and finally bloomed like a flower in our mind and then in our work. Oh, that's why she has a flower on her head. Nice. We are made up of the same particles that make up any other atom of the universe. When we are moved by something, it is the universe that watches and is moved by itself, participating in this joyous merriment that was made possible only by the form, albeit a transitory one, that the Holy Mother has given us. All things are temporary. It's just a loner. That's why I don't worry about my weight. It's just a loner, you know? Advice of the dead. It is time to understand the nature of your act because realization is coming and results are near. That's kind of exciting, right? So pretty. I'm tempted to go through this whole deck and just like gape at the art, but I don't want to do that because I feel like that's gonna... Also, I realize, luckily I have a terrible memory. Who knew it would come in handy, but like the backs of the cards, like if I work with these enough, I might be able to tell which card is what. And then that would be a cheat-in. But everybody knows I cheat down here, right? Neat. Realization. I went to, one thing I did mention yesterday that I kind of want to just bring up really quickly, and I'll be way more coherent talking about it. The thing about being chronically ill is, I know I'm not making this up. There are times where you just feel so worthless, especially if your brain isn't really cooperating that day, or like you're in pain, or you're just like so fatigued and you're just like, dude, like, do I seriously have to do an X amount number of years of this? I encourage everyone with a chronic illness to get a creative project, because it doesn't necessarily have to be a YouTube channel, which it would be amazing though, because we kind of don't have enough of us on here. And it would be really helpful to see all the different ways that people are dealing, you know. There's probably a million little tips that we could probably gain from other people on YouTube just talking about their experience or how they figured something out, or not necessarily medical advice, but certainly like quality of life advice, right? That's why I'm so passionate about people finding more strength and more creativity, because when you are having flare-ups, or you're having like a really terrible run of months, I mean, a bad run can go for months, and I know that. I can verify that. You're not crazy. Without having some kind of creative outlet, you can really feel like you're worthless, like your life doesn't matter, like it doesn't serve any sort of purpose. And that's not good for you. That actually might make a flare up worse if you have a certain brain chemistry profile. That can actually make things worse than they need to be. So it can be just as simple as just like doodling on scrap pieces of paper. Like, it doesn't even have to be that complicated at all. A YouTube channel, depending on how sophisticated you get, or, how much you start enjoying it and then you want to level up. I mean, you're talking about lighting, like, the amount of engineering I've had to do just to be able to shoot in this little teeny room, which is almost like a shoe at a prison. It's like a 6x8, if I'm lucky, room, with one terrible overhead light that goes in and out, and I shouldn't be filming down here at all. Just the amount of engineering I've done with the lighting, trying to figure out how to light this so that my videos look better. I mean, I should get like an honorary degree at MIT. But I've enjoyed it because it's given me a challenge that it doesn't have a lot of gravitas. The weight of the world is not resting on whether I figure out lighting for my videos. It's not airway blockage. So consider it. You chronically ill. Just consider it, maybe. It's an idea. Anyway, that's all I had to say. That's the only thing from yesterday's video shoot marathon I was on that was really worth bringing up again. Is just a lot of people think that people with chronic illness and chronic conditions are fighting. We are fighting, but we're not always fighting the condition or the disease or the whatever we have going on, or the illness. A lot of times we're just fighting for quality of life, and I feel like that's something a lot of people don't, it doesn't occur to them. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and I will see you at another time.